the ceiling. Oh, ready to receive. And bring it into the heart. Very, very good. I hope that your body feels more open. Better now. Let's please give a warm one heart welcome to Emily. Pump it up. Come on now. Let's bring it back up. Get that energy going. Woo, come on. Yes.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful. We're joined today by 77 other centers. We are more than 1,000 people strong. If that's exciting to you, it's Sunday night, it's Monday morning. We're all over the world. Let's celebrate, everyone. Show me your best energy. We want to see what room at home has the best energy. Oh, you guys are beautiful. Look at you. We are the One Heart Collective from Hawaii to Australia and everywhere in between, South Africa. Let's give some love to us. Heart-to-heart hugs. Everyone, I want you to take 3 heart-to-heart hugs. And if you're by yourself tuning in from home, give yourself a big hug. Activate that love. It's a Sunday morning here in Connecticut. Oh, there we go. Celebrate this moment. You all are beautiful. Now, as you come to your seat, take a big sip of water. Big sip of water. Come to your seat. Bring all that beautiful energy that you just poured through all of your cells. You activated your DNA just now. Give it up for Jennifer, who enjoyed the 4 elements and bringing it in. She's a local here in our New Milford area. She has a studio called J. Rouge Fit. She's one of the first friends that I met here, and so before all of this event fully bloomed last month, we were all at brunch, and I said, can you lead the starting point of our next event, because it's all about our connection to the earth as a way of further developing our spiritual gifts. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Huge thank you to all of you who brought the energy up and brought the energy in. Before we bring, I'm a little out of breath. Before we bring, I was over there doing the workouts too. But before we bring Ashely, our guest speaker, who I am just so incredibly thrilled to bring to you all, this year we've done a lot to work on our hearts. We've done a lot to work on our consciousness. And it dawned on me last month when I was thinking, what do I want to do before our final closing One Heart in December with Dr. Michaels? What do I really want to bring to balance everything that we've already learned? Bring the wholeness of what we are, because we're energy and we're also flesh. So today's topic, Ashely is going to be talking about the energetics of food and how we can use our connection to the earth and our own intuition to start healing and nurturing these lower centers. The meditation that we have planned for you is going to be so incredibly exciting. It's specifically focusing on releasing the stored, trapped traumas. Everyone here, we all have things that have happened in our life. We've all had traumas, and we're not really taught how to release those. And what I've noticed in my own journey, so the meditation that we're doing today is going to be taking you on a specific journey that I went on recently to free and release some of the energy out of my lower centers, because once that happens, once we get balance in these lower earth energy centers, now there's more available energy to go to the heart. Once that energy makes it up to the heart, it naturally, this is the science, it goes right up into all the spiritual centers. So if you have spiritual gifts, your love, your voice, your intuition, your knowing, and you've struggled with maintaining your gifts at the level that you know you're capable of, this is the event for you today. We have to grow our roots before we can grow the wings. If you look at a tree, the branches are only going to go as high as the roots are deep. So excited for the content, and I wanted to give you guys a quick, before we bring Ashely up, I want to give you guys a quick visual representation of what the energy centers look like, what I'm even talking about if you don't even know what an energy center is. Jay, if you want to pull up the graph, we'll just give you guys a little pre-frame. It's going to give a little more richness to what Ashely's teaching. So you have a lot of energy centers all over your body, but you have 7 primary ones right through the torso. They are, the root is our connection to our earth, our foundation, our core. The three centers at the bottom, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, are all vibrating, which means they're emitting a frequency, they're emitting an energy that is in the realm of what's called Hertzian waves. A Hertzian wave or Hertzian frequency is anything that is moving slower than the speed of light. So any of those earth frequencies, everything that makes the three-dimensional space that we live in solid, all of the matter that we see, that's all vibrating in the Hertzian range. The heart is interesting because the heart is the density of the speed of light, the fourth density, the fourth dimension. So the heart vibrates in this space that's beyond. It's connecting us to earth, and it's also connecting us to those spiritual centers. And then, as I said, the top three spiritual centers are all vibrating in the fifth dimension. So if you hear people talking about fifth dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, here's a graph of how that integrates in our body. This is how we combine spirit and flesh. It's done through the heart. But if we don't have those lower centers cleansed and figured out, and we don't have the connection to the wisdom that they have to teach us, we're going to be struggling to stay in the heart and struggling to stay in these upper spiritual divine realms. So before we bring out, I think Ashley's ready to go. I think we're ready to turn the floor over to her. And after we go on a bathroom break, we're going to do a little bit more deep diving into these lower centers before we start the meditation, because we're going to be working on energetic cleansing during our meditation later. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Ashley up on stage. If you all could rise to your feet, please. Let's give her the warmest welcome. Ashley is a mother of 4. She teaches at her local community. She brings this message everywhere. She has a podcast called The Health Rescue, and I couldn't be more honored and privileged to bring her here. Thank you, Ashley.
Darling. Thank you. Ooh, hi, everybody. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. If everybody
your energy.
could just give me a little let's get going again. Let's get going again. Okay. All right, cool. Turn to your partner and 2 heart-to-heart hugs. I want you to give 2 heart-to-heart hugs. Left side to left side. Awesome. Awesome. We're just going to keep passing it around. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. When you guys are done, you can take a seat. Thank you. Go ahead and sit down and relax. Cool. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this amazing, sacred, and super transformative space that we're in today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to our team. Thank you to Emily, the gatekeeper here at the Fountain. And thank you to Jay, her connection and super support system, Rich, Jen, everybody, my very awesome, amazing tribe. I'm very honored to be here today and getting to share a really deep part of me. I feel like I'm going to cry already. This is like super exciting. So without further ado, my name's Ashley, like Emily said. I am the owner of the Health Rescue. I see my work and the work that I do as an educational bridge for change, one that reconnects us with our highest selves and to the true roots of health. Today, we're going to journey together into the quantum realm, where energy and consciousness and the holiness of life all intersect. The paradigm in our culture often overlooks the sacredness of life. But my hope today is to remind you that you, yourself, are sacred first. Divinity is in our original DNA. This body, this mind, this heart, they're all parts of something much, much larger. A divine matrix of creation that begins in spirit. So I want you to just take a moment and close your eyes, and I want you to take this in. Across the cultures and throughout the ages, wisdom traditions have taught us that we are made in the image and the likeness of our Creator. You are one with Spirit. You always have been, and you always will be. You are not merely a human being seeking a spiritual experience here on earth. You are a spiritual being immersed in a real human experience called life. What a deep revelation it is to truly sit with this knowledge, to embody it. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to take a breath, and I want you to find the place within inside yourself that remembers this as truth. You may now open your eyes. We are not separate from the universe. We are intimate expressions of its intelligence, woven together from the same threads that form the stars. This realization, however, needs to bring you into an awareness of a very consequential new responsibility that I am bestowing upon you today. It is to honor your sacred vessel, the temple that we call our body, the only piece of equipment that we get to bring with us from birth until death. Everything within us, our cells, our emotions, our thoughts, respond to the energy we feed it. Every breath, every bite of food, every story we read, everything we watch holds the potential to either elevate us or not. True nourishment, then, is not just physical. It is deeply, deeply spiritual. It is not just what we put into our mouths, but it is what we allow into our hearts, into our minds, and into our spirit. Food is energy. It vibrates either with life or with death, depending on its source. My intention today is to realign you with the source of life itself, to awaken that innate coding within you that longs to be in harmony with creation. We as human beings were made to counter the divine. Whether through the beauty of a sunset, the wisdom found in ancient texts, the energy we feel when we're talking to our plants, looking deeply into the eyes of a loved one, in a moment of stillness during meditation, or observing the universe under a microscope, we are always surrounded by reflections of spirit. Everything in our physical realm is mirrored in the spiritual. It is the microcosm of the macrocosm. And when we align our lives with the divine shows up and spirit responds. To truly rise into this higher way of living, however, does require that we release some energetic weight. It's a shedding, it's a purification, it's a detoxification, and it starts at the very cellular level. Our journey into sacred nourishment begins with letting go. Imagine a house cluttered with all old furniture. You want to bring in beautiful new pieces, you have to remove the old first. In the same way, we must clear toxins out of our mental body, those negative thought patterns that we follow, from our emotional body, stuck emotions, past traumas, and our physical body, the food and chemicals that we take in that weigh us down. Only when the old is removed can we then make space for the new. Once we've cleared this space, we can then replace the deficiencies that were left behind. This means adopting new thought patterns, reshaping our beliefs into ones that uplift us, and nurturing the body with nutrients and foods that were divinely designed to fuel this super sophisticated vessel that you get to walk around in every day of your life. Think of your body as a Ferrari. You wouldn't fill it with dirty, low-quality fuel and expect it to run smoothly. And yet, that's exactly what we're often taught to do with this piece of equipment. So yes, this journey does require a sacrifice, a letting go of your old ways of thinking, living, and being. As Einstein taught us, we cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. The sacrifice, then, is your old self, your old habits, beliefs, behaviors, even the foods that you may have relied on for support and comfort up until now. But in return, what you will receive is a life filled with vitality, light, and purpose, which is the whole reason why you're down here on earth anyways. Okay, woof, that was a lot, right? So we're gonna ground this message a little bit. Ready? We live in two worlds wrapped up into one. We live in a natural world and a man-made world. The natural world is the one you were born into, where the natural laws created by spirit govern the cycles, the seasons, and the unseen realms of life. It's a world built on a foundation of love, life, and authenticity. In contrast, the man-made world is one that often ignores the natural laws, disregarding the sacred in favor of profit. Instead, it's driven by industries that promote products feeding disease rather than life. In the man-made world, the truth about the sacredness of life is often hidden behind a veil. My mission today, then, is to call you back to the natural world, the sacred, where you embody heaven and anchor it down into earth. To reconnect your roots to your wings and to remind you of your true divine nature. You are holy. Your life should reflect the light within you. So now, let's explore some actionable steps to align your body and your energy and your spirit. Who's ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, all right, ready? Let's go. Can I get an amen or a hallelujah or a woohoo, let's go, something. All right, cool. How's everybody doing online? Sorry, I didn't say hi to you before. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this side of Earth. Hi. Okay, cool. Can I have some slides, please? I've never done it this way. Normally, I have the clicker, and I have the computer, and I have the screen. So this is just like a whole trust experiment today. It's pretty cool. Let me move this maybe over here. All right. Sacred nourishment. Here we go. Aligning food, energy, and the divine within. This is like the truest statement on the face of the earth. The greatest wealth is health. If I were to say you can have a choice of one of two things, you can either have health and you don't have to worry about anything, or you can have $1 million. Maybe you might think twice, but if I say you have $1 million and only 24 hours to live, you're probably going to say that's really not appropriate, and I'm going to choose health, right? So let's put it in that frame so that you understand. The greatest wealth is health. I was trained in lifestyle medicine and functional nutrition. I come from EMS and nursing. So I started in Western medicine, and I transitioned into Eastern medicine when one of my children received an autism diagnosis way back when. So God kind of picked me up out of that reality and put me in this reality, and it's been awesome ever since. And it got way simpler because I don't have to remember pharmaceuticals and all of this kind of crazy stuff. It's just like, ooh, food is medicine. That's it. That's it. Functional medicine, from a 50,000 point view or a 50,000 foot view, is really simple in the fundamentals of how it's built. Step one is removing toxicity. Next slide. Clearing the muddy water. That's what I like to call it. So if you look at these two fish bowls, we're going to talk about the clear one for a second. If you can understand that your body, the physical body, is the glass bowl. The water inside is your internal environment. And the beautiful golden fish is you. It's the essence of who you are, living inside the environment, inside the body. You can't see from your essence out through muddy water. You can't let your light shine. It won't work the way that it's supposed to if your environment is filled with all of these things that are in the other one. It's just life and pharmaceuticals, and in our society we have a pill for every ill, and it's really easy to just symptom manage rather than getting to the root causes of disease and inflammation and just where we are as a society as a whole. So that's what we are learning to do. We're going to clear the muddy water so you get to live a more full and present life. Removing toxicities frees your body to heal. Your body, like I said, is way more sophisticated than a Ferrari, completely way more sophisticated than a Ferrari, and it knows exactly what to do, but you have to feed it the right ingredients in order to do so. So we got to get rid of the toxins. We're going to talk about three kind of different toxins, three groups of toxins right now. The first are going to be the ones found in food. Genetically modified food, GMOs. If you don't know what they are, I'm going to give you a very brief overview. They are literally the number one thing that I hate most on planet Earth. And I will explain to you why. They are genetically modified in one of two ways. They are genetically modified to withstand an insane amount of pesticides and herbicides. Mainly, the main one is going to be something called glyphosate, which you might know it as Roundup. The problem with this is that you happen to be more bacterial DNA than you are human DNA, and glyphosate is actually a registered antibiotic. So they spray it on the food, and, well, it's genetically modified. The crops are genetically modified so that they can withstand a whole bunch of this pesticide being poured on them, right? How they actually found out or discovered glyphosate, they were using it as industrial strength pipe cleaners in factories, and they'd put it through the pipes, and at the end of the pipes all the vegetation was dead. So somebody was like, oh, I have an idea, let's spray it on the food. And then whatever that board meeting looked like, somebody else was like, yeah, that's a great idea, Bob, like let's do that, and then we don't have to weed anymore. So that's what they decided to do. They strengthened the plant so that it could withstand all this glyphosate. And now they spray it on your food and then you eat it. And then they expect that it's not going to do anything inside your body, but oh man, it definitely does. The second way they are genetically modified is to become an insecticide themselves. If you are a gardener, you have heard of Bt toxin. They sell it in, garden shops. You can spray it on your plants and it's used as an insecticide. What they did was they took a gene out of a plant and they inserted this Bt toxin into the plant. So what happens is when an insect eats the plant, this toxin goes into the insect's intestines and it activates and it starts blowing holes in the insect's intestines and it kills the insect. And then the insect's like, no, I don't want to die. And it sends out all this pheromones and it tells all the other bugs, don't eat these crops because you'll die. Problem being is that this toxin is not sentient and it doesn't go inside of you saying, oh, this is a human, we're going to not do anything to this human. No, that's not what happens. It does go inside of you and it does poke holes inside your intestines, except you're a little bit bigger than an insect. So it doesn't kill you right away, but it does lead to something called leaky gut, which is literally at the root of all chronic diseases now at this point they have found. Big ones being autoimmune issues. We can talk about that a little bit later. So that's the two ways that they are genetically modified. These are conventionally grown non-organic crops. I do have At the very end, a freebie that you guys can print out that gives you all 12 genetically modified crops, and then a dirty dozen list too, so that you can take it to the grocery store with you, put it in your wallet. It's super easy. That's why you want to buy organic. The other problem is that they feed a lot of these genetically modified crops to the animals that we then use in our grocery stores so that you guys can make steaks and burgers and all of these things. Corn, soy, alfalfa are genetically modified crops, so you give them to the animals get sick. They are sick because, you are what you eat. So if you're eating poorly grown food, you are going to become a poorly grown creature. So that's what happens with the animals, and it creates complete dysfunction. Your body, I'm going to say this probably 50 times, is designed to run like a symphony. All of the systems are meant to work together. It is not supposed to be compartmentalized how we look at it in Western medicine. You have a pulmonologist, you have a cardiologist, you have an endocrinologist. No, they all work together. You can't adjust one system without affecting the entire group. Like you can't have a bass player playing Metallica if the rest of the orchestra is playing a Nutcracker, a piece from the Nutcracker suite. You can't have it. Then we have processed foods. Genetically modified foods are horrible because they affect a lot of your fruits and produce and stuff like that, but then they're also pretty pervasive inside the shelves on your supermarket. So processed and ultra-processed, I even don't even like to call these foods. They're food-like substances. They're designed to look like food, and you think that you're eating food, but they're really not. So you have the GMO problem, and then you have the additives and the preservatives and the plastics and the microplastics and all of the other things that come with these packaged foods. And the problem is, like I said, your body's a symphony. Your hormones and your endocrine system are what dictate all of your body's processes. And a lot of these things disrupt those processes. They act as messenger, disruptors. They disrupt your hormones. They disrupt these messengers, leaving your body in a big disharmony. And poor quality whole foods. When you have foods grown in poor quality soil, more like dirt is dead, soil is alive. When you have plants grown in poor quality soil, you have poor quality plants. And then you have poor quality animals and poor quality humans because you're not eating strong, alive, vibrant food. All of this leads to dis-ease. Disease is the lack of ease in your body. The symphony is supposed to run smoothly without a problem, and when you introduce these things in, you will have problems. Hidden toxins in our environment. Heavy metals, fluoride, lead, forever chemicals, pesticides. Glyphosate is actually a water-soluble chemical. So it goes onto the crops, it rains, it goes into the soil, it goes into the waterways, and it goes all into our oceans. We have huge dead zones now at the end of the Mississippi River because of all of these things that are just pouring into our water system, going up into the rain, getting rain down on you. It is a vicious cycle that we are creating here on Earth. Again, dysfunction, dysregulation. What they're spraying into our skies, trying to dim the sun and cloud seeding and all of the things that they do. These are heavy metals. Like Emily said, you have to let go of the weight at the bottom so that you can ascend. Think about a balloon with a weight on the bottom of it. You clip it, the balloon goes up because you're meant to ascend. These things are heavy and they weigh your body down and they weigh your energy down because your body is the container for your energy, the essence of who you are. They're indivisible while you're down here on Earth. Aluminum, again, forever chemicals, sodium dioxide. Why do they want to black out the sun? Dysregulation, disease, cell phone towers and cell phones. I don't think a lot of people give this a lot of thought, but that's silent radiation that you're constantly being bombarded with. I know in a lot of other countries they don't allow 5G in because they want healthier humans. So just be cognizant of that. Keep these things out of your immediate environment. Clean up your pantries, do those types of things. And then hidden toxins within ourselves. Emily was starting to talk about emotions, or she's going to talk about emotions later. But that is a big part because that's our internal environment. We take in a lot from our external environment, but then we also create a lot within our internal environment. So unmanaged stress. You can't be in fight or flight and have your nervous system and immune system and digestive system be functioning properly. They belong to two different systems, parasympathetic, sympathetic. So you can't be in rest and digest and heal if you're constantly under a state of stress. Your cortisol and adrenaline aren't going to allow the physiological your parts in your body to be able to rest and heal and just maintain stability. You're going to be driven by like an engine, like go, 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 go. And if that's your internal state, you are in disharmony somewhere inside. Unprocessed emotions. This is like my favorite topic. Emotions are energy in motion. So when an emotion comes up, physiologically, it is a bunch of neurotransmitters being released all at one time, norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine. That's what's happening inside your body. It's not just some thing. There are actually physiological changes that happen. They only actually last for about 90 seconds. That's why emotions come in waves, right? So crying is an act of releasing. You're expressing, you're allowing the energy, the release of the energy in motion, the emotion to leave your body. That's how it's designed, okay? The physiological side to that is a release of your tears. You can look at your tears and understand that there are neurotransmitters that are in there that are being released. It is a real physiological expression. The problem is that when you stop it, because we're taught in our society, don't cry, or we don't want to talk about that, you stop it, you push it down. And what's happening and why we are talking about centers today is because those things can get trapped in certain areas of your body and stuck in organs, basically. And why that happens is because you have this really cool substance in your body called fascia. It's like this crocheted net of love that just is, it touches everything inside of you. It wraps around every organ. It wraps around the inside of your whole being. It holds parts of you together. This is made up of really cool fibrous tissue, and then there's some fluid in between, and then there's some more tissue. And what this does, it works kind of in conjunction with your nervous system, is that when you release these neurotransmitters, they run along this fascia like a superhighway. That's why you feel emotions everywhere. When you block them and you don't let your body feel them and keep the energy in motion, those neurotransmitters actually get taken up into the fascia, again, that touches every organ in your body, and they hold them there. Wherever you stopped it, that's where they're stopping. And they actually start to crystallize after time if you don't release them. So this is why people, can walk around like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, or they have, hip pain or back pain, and it's all tied to emotions. It's why you should find yourself a really cool person like Jen, who works on somatic, releasing things through your fascia, releasing emotions through your fascia. It's why when you're, in a really cool yoga pose, you can start crying all of a sudden and not even understand why. It's because you're stretching deep enough to get into the fascia to release, which is beautiful, the way that we can kind of back work this. So don't think that you're ever in a place where you're stuck, because there's always a way to get in. And trapped trauma, this is just a bigger expression of trapped emotions. Trauma is, 9/11, people that were in the moment with something catastrophic like that don't have the capacity to actually process what's going on in the moment. So it gets stored in your body, hopefully so that you can bring it back up later so you can process and release it. That is the point. But sometimes that doesn't happen. And what happens is, like, when you think about your nervous system running through your fascia and having all of those electrical impulses release the way that they do, if you have a crystalline kind of thing there, an old emotion, it's okay. Your nervous system can go it, not a problem. But if you have a trauma, it's more like a huge scar ball that's stuck in there. So your nervous system, in its normal everyday functions, has a hard time of getting the electricity to go around that area. And it really disrupts your mental thinking. It really disrupts your physical health. It disrupts a lot because your system is like, oh, it's like going over speed bumps. Like it's not in flow. You have to stop, and then we got to go around this trauma, and then we got to go again, and then we got to stop, and then we got to go around this trauma, and we got to go again. That's what's happening. So basically, toxins of any kind are intruders. They sever our sacred bond with life's essence. They rob our cells of vitality, and they dim the light within us. Part 2, step 2, really. Now, after you work on those things and you're going to remove those toxicities, you are going to work then on reversing the deficiencies that were left, which is a lot easier to understand once you've cleared the muddy water. Then you can be like, oh, I understand. Now I need more of this in my life, and now I need more of this in my life, because you can see a little bit clearer. So Hippocrates, the father of medicine, said that all health comes from the gut. This is the root of true health. A healthy gut supports whole body vitality, immune resilience, and mental well-being. An unhealthy gut supports imbalance, inflammation, and chronic dis-ease. Nourishing the gut microbiome is essential for sustaining our body's foundation of wellness. Let me explain your gut to you, because it's not just this. Your gut is actually starts in your nose. It's the canal that runs from your nasal passage all the way down to your rectum. And it's about 50 microns thin, which is if you take a piece of your hair out, not my hair because I have dreads, but one of your hair out and you cut it in half, that's about how thin this epithelial lining is. You can see the one on the right is a healthy epithelial lining. So those cells that are standing up like towers with little hairs on the top, that's how thin they are, which like blows my mind when you eat a pretzel and it doesn't just like completely burst everything because it's just so amazingly designed. That's really kind of a good illustration. So it's about 50 microns thin, which means if you spread it out, it will cover 2 tennis courts. That's how much you have inside of your beautiful body. Okay? I said in the beginning, you have a microbiome. You actually have bacterial DNA all over you, but you have about 5 to 7 pounds of it that live specifically in your gut. And their only job is to keep you healthy and in balance. This is where your gut-brain connection comes in. This is intuition. This is your immune system. 70% of your immune system lives in the space between those pink cells and your circulatory system underneath. 70%, which means that if you have a disrupted microbiome, it's not protecting those cells on top, and you're going to have problems. This is the seed of autoimmune illnesses right here. What else was I going to say? It's okay. Okay, yeah, next slide. So, healthy soil equals healthy plants equals healthy humans. Here we go. Per the pictures right here, Emily was talking about roots and wings being a mirror of each other. The tree branches and the roots going down into the dirt. The soil is legitimately a macrocosm of our microcosm that is our gut, where your intestines are. It is a complete mirror image of each other. And what you need is a diverse microbiome, which means please send your children outside to go play in some healthy soil because they need the exposure to these things. The bacteria in the soil communicate with the bacteria inside of us and teach our bacteria how to be strong and resilient. It's why probiotics and living foods or cultured foods are a really great thing to bring through your system. The soil is actually where we get our nutrients from. when something falls outside and a branch or leaves or something like that, it lands on the soil and the soil microbes break it down and actually turn that into the minerals that are then sucked up into the plants that you then eat. Like I said, your immune system lives here. So if you have a poor microbiome or if you have a damaged gut lining, you're going to have a compromised immune system. Gut health and soil health are indivisible. When you eat strong, healthy plants, fiber, vitamins, minerals, fiber is what actually feeds your gut microbiome. That's what they eat. When you eat kale, you're chewing the kale and bringing it to the microbiome. Those bacteria are actually what's digesting the kale. They are what release the vitamins and the minerals into your system so that you can then utilize them properly. That's how that happens. Detoxification processes, just like in the soil, the microbiome in the soil breaks down toxins so that we can get rid of them, like, for example, carbon, which is a really big part of life. You can't have life without carbon. But all of the extra carbon that we blow out into our atmosphere actually gets sucked into the plants and put back into the soil, and these soil microbes make houses out of it. And they actually feed it. They actually eat it, and they get to make all of their things, and it's their food. Same thing happens inside us. Our microbiome helps to detoxify our systems too. If you have a healthy microbiome, again, everything works as a symphony, so your detoxification pathways are going to work easier. These things help break down junk that we put inside of our bodies. You need strong bacteria. We have evolved with plants. Broccoli, one of the kings of the vegetable, is something that has evolved over time with us. It's not something that was here originally. So we have a very symbiotic relationship with them. Again, we're indivisible. You can't have health without them. And soil depletion, which is what our big industries have left us with. They've left us with dirt, not soil. Like I said, dirt is dead, and you can't grow living, alive, beautiful plants in dirt. You need soil. So depleted soil means you're going to have depleted humans. It's one and the same. The symbiotic relationship between Earth's microbial life and our own should remind us that caring for the soil is ultimately an act of caring for ourselves. The solution is always simple. Real food from clean soil heals. Nutrient-dense plants grown in healthy soil are essential to human health. Minerals. I remember when I learned about this down in the Hippocrates Health Institute, my brain exploded. I'm like, this is amazing magic. Oh my gosh. So minerals provide the building blocks for cellular health. It's what they run on. It is the electrical fuel for your cells, for your tissues, for your organs, for your organ systems. You can't have a functioning cell if you don't have proper minerals, which is really important because we're not getting adequate minerals from the food we eat just based on the things that I just talked to you guys about, right? Minerals are indivisible from energy production and from immune function. Your immune system runs on minerals. Your nervous system runs on minerals. If you are somebody that struggles in those two areas, anxiety, depression, autoimmune diseases, please get in some minerals. It will help regulate everything, and then your systems will have the fuel to function properly. Again, your body knows what to do. You need to give it the right tools in order for it to build you a strong house. Minerals support every single biological function, from the heart to the brain and everything in between. One thing that like Emily said, I have 4 children, so we're a family of 6. It's a lot. We have chickens and dogs and all of the things. So It's a very busy world, and I do not have the time to sit there and prepare a whole bunch of things all, 3 times a day. My children all go to school. It's lunches, it's breakfast. I'd be there right now cooking if that's the life that I was going to live. I rely heavily on superfoods in my home to be able to get these things in, again, because our food is depleted, and how much, I don't remember what the statistic was, but it was like one apple, you eat one apple 50 years ago, you'd have to eat 23 apples today to get the same nutritional value out of it. So if that tells you something, that should tell you something. So where can we go then for these things that our bodies need? And I look at superfoods. They are concentrated sources of vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals. And they're pretty widely available, like everywhere. You got them in grocery stores, Whole Foods. Check your sourcing, make sure that you're using proper stuff. So here are some superfoods that you will definitely find in my home for sure. Cacao. When they tell you that dark chocolate is something that's healthy for you, they're not talking about like a Hershey's Nestle bar. They're talking about raw, unprocessed chocolate, which is not cocoa, it's cacao. This stuff is so mineral packed. I'm not going to go through all of the nutritional values on these things, but just listen to my words. You want your brain to turn on? Go get some cacao. You want your energy to come up? Go get some cacao. Spirulina. NASA, or astronauts actually, when they go up into space, wherever they go, spirulina is going to be one of the things that they have inside with them because it contains all of the components necessary for life. If you needed to, you could live on raw spirulina and living water for a pretty long time and do okay because it contains everything that you need. It's actually an algae, which is like super cool. Functional mushrooms, things like lion's mane. That's God's version of Adderall, by the way, is lion's mane mushrooms. Get your college students on them because it's really awesome. It's really awesome. So my 2 favorite are lion's mane because I need my brain operating at optimal speed, especially when keeping up with my children. And some reishi. Reishi is so good for your immune system, cancer fighting, all of the things. Seaweeds. Seaweeds are the plants that live in the ocean that actually suck the elemental substances out of the water and bring them into their cells, and then you get to eat them. So talk about pure minerals. That's what minerals are. They're the elements on the periodic table that are alive. They have a charge. So seaweeds, raw is great. You can also get them at Costco and roasted and all of those things, but raw seaweed's great. Vitamin C, SEA, is a really great company that I love to use. Ashwagandha, adaptogens, things that go into your body and they look for holes in your system and they do a beautiful job of filling in the holes. Ashwagandha is something that will really wake you up in the morning, but it will also help you sleep really, really well. It's a balancer. They're balancers. Mushrooms kind of work the same way. Flax, hemp, and chia. Hemp is a complete protein. It's a really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful seed. I'm not talking, it's actually the inside of the seed, but yeah, so hemp is great. Flax and chia are amazing because they're actually soluble fibers. When you put these in water, they turn into jelly, and that's what your gut microbiome love to eat. That's what they want to eat. So feed them those, and you will have a super happy abdomen full of happy bugs. It would be great. Turmeric. Turmeric is a super strong anti-inflammatory. It's actually curcumin. That's one of the flavonoids that's in turmeric that activates and is a super potent anti-inflammatory for your body. You got to pair it with a little bit of black pepper and it'll work really synergistically. Woohoo! Phytochemicals. So there was a bunch of scientists, I don't know if it actually happened at Johns Hopkins, but I know Johns Hopkins is part of this story, and they were looking at plants under a microscope, and they were seeing all these things coming out of them, and they're like, what the heck is all this? So they started putting things in the Petri dish with these plants, and one of the things, they were doing all these different types of plants, but they found that sprouts were really super active in this weird magical area. They called it something funny. So at the end of it, they took broccoli sprouts and they put them under a microscope and they put cancer in the petri dish with it. And these chemicals came out and they destroyed the cancer in the petri dish. And they called them plant chemicals because they didn't have any other name for them. So that's where the name phytochemicals comes from. And my story ends with Johns Hopkins actually held a patent on broccoli sprouts for about 7 years because they discovered that broccoli sprouts have got a phytochemical in them called sulforaphane that is 300 times stronger and more targeted in attacking cancer cells than chemotherapy is. So they held a patent on it. And then, almost a decade later, some very ethical judge said, no, you can't hold a patent on Mother Nature. So they released the patent. But that's broccoli sprouts are, $30 a pound now, and everything else is like $5 a pound. But that's what that happened. So that's a real thing. So phytochemicals are plant chemicals. They're responsible for the color and the taste and actually pest resistance because that's how God built things, with appropriate workings in them. They are your antioxidant powerhouses. They protect your cells from damage. Antioxidants to me are like Pac-Man that go around your body cleaning up all of the garbage and things like that aren't supposed to be there. They modulate our immune system and they reduce inflammation because of the antioxidant power that's in them. They enhance cellular communication and they help to repair damaged DNA, again, because of the antioxidants that are in them. Okay, so here's where we're going to talk about our centers. The colors in the phytochemicals are forms of light that are vibrating at different frequencies. For example, red has a really long wavelength and a slower frequency like this. Ooh, blue, fast. That's how you get different colors, okay? So when you pair them with food, it's going to target and correspond with these energy centers that run up and down your vertical body. Da, 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 da. So we can actually target these centers with the specific foods that we eat. That's the next slide, I lied. We're going to target organs. So when I was talking about the fascia before and how they all wrap around certain organs and organ systems and groups of things, this is what that actually looks like. So when they say you have anger in your liver or you are holding sadness in your hips, this is why, and these are the centers that they're connected to. So your root chakra, all the way down at the bottom, where in between your sits bones, is connected to your adrenal gland and your colon and your bladder and your kidneys. If you guys have ever seen Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if anybody went to nursing school, it actually corresponds with these two. So the bottom is safety and security and belonging. That's your root chakra. That's your root energy center. That's really what's there. And that's what it's dealing with. And then you move up into your sacral, which is your reproductive centers, your bladder, your kidneys, your lower back, your colon, your pelvic region. Some of these do overlap, but that's just because your fascia is just multi-connected, just like your meridians. I mean, acupuncturists, they can hit a couple different places to access the same organs inside. Your solar plexus, your stomach, your digestive system, liver, pancreas, adrenals, diaphragm, and your mid-back. And then you have your heart, the place where your roots and your higher centers connect. You have your heart and your circulatory system as a whole. Your lungs, your thymus, which is part of your lymphatic system, your arms and your hands, because your heart is here. So everything in this area is going to be what's affected. Your throat, your vocal cords, your thyroid and your parathyroid, your mouth, your jaw, your ears, hearing, neck, and shoulders. Your third eye, your pineal glands, which is a beautiful gland in your brain. You want to not use fluoride toothpaste. Get yourself some non-fluoride toothpaste, and that thing will brighten up. Your pituitary gland, which is the master gland for all of your hormones. Your eyes and your vision, spiritually and physically. Your forehead and your eyebrows. And then you have your crown, your brain, your nervous system, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your scalp, and your head. So what can we eat? Let's target some foods here. So if you are working on things that are down in your roots or you want to just connect your roots and really get grounded in your day-to-day experience, these are the foods that I would recommend you eat. Definitely root vegetables, things that are grown in the ground would be a really great place to start. Number one. Then you can go into the colors and target the phytochemicals that are going to work, and those are going to carry those light frequencies into that area and turn them on. So tomatoes, strawberries, raspberries, red peppers. Then you have your protein-rich foods, beans and lentils and nuts and eggs. And then you have some whole grains you can do, some quinoa, brown rice, oats. They have red quinoa. Go get some of that. Your sacral. Carrots, oranges, sweet potatoes, pumpkins. This is like a great time of year for all of this. Squash, things like that. Then you can do some tropical fruits. Tropical fruits, mangoes, papayas, passion fruit, pumpkins, nuts and seeds, pumpkin, sunflower, almonds, walnuts, sesame seeds, and then healthy fats, avocados, coconut, olive, and flax. I don't care. I mean, I want you to eat whole foods, but if you're going to use oils, then use those types of oils. Thank you, sir. Your solar plexus. You want yellow foods. Bananas, pineapple, yellow peppers, some complex carbs in there, things that'll not turn into sugar the second that they touch your tongue. Quinoa, brown rice, oats, not like instant microwavable oats, like some good hearty steel-cut oats. Stomach-soothing spices, turmeric, chamomile, ginger, and then you can do some more legumes. Beans, chickpeas, lentils are definitely going to target those areas. I did not bring up animals and animal products in those because, to be quite frank, they're dead, and that's going to bring in a different level of energy into those centers. So that's why we're sticking with plants. You were actually designed to eat plants. We have adapted to eat animals, which is fine. But if we're talking about healing frequencies and things like that, we're going to stay more in the plant realm. But if you're going to eat animals, please make sure they're clean and properly raised. Okay, your heart. Green foods. Oh, go back one. There you go. Green foods. Spinach, kale, broccoli. These are powerful, powerful, powerful foods for your gut and for your heart. Cruciferous vegetables. Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower. Things that are high in antioxidants. Kiwis, berries, green apples. And then healthy fats again. Avocado, coconut, olive oil, flax. Your throat. Purple and blue foods, which there aren't a ton of these, but I mean, these things are actually quite abundant. You have blueberries, blackberries, purple grapes. Hydrating foods like cucumber, watermelon, celery. Herbal teas, peppermint, chamomile, ginger, and tulsi. Holy basil, that's what that is. Seaweeds and algae. You can do kelp, nori, dulse, spirulina, sprinkle them on your salads. You won't even know that they're there. Your third eye, again, we're targeting blue and purple foods. So you have blueberries, blackberries, purple grapes, cacao. If you want to turn your brain on, get yourself some cacao, for real. Omega-3 rich foods, walnuts, flax, chia, salmon. Herbal teas, mugwort, lavender, rosemary, tulsi. And your crown. Fasting or light foods. You activate your crown by fasting or eating foods that are light. Raw juices and sprouts. Purple and white foods, grapes, eggplant, mushrooms, coconut. Herbal teas again. You can go, thanks. All right, and the last one. How do we supplement energy? So it was remove toxicity, reverse deficiency, and now we're going to supplement with some energy. This is my favorite, sprouting. Sprouts are alive. You can go outside and you can see a flower and it's connected to earth and it's growing and it's blooming and it's blossoming. The second you cut it, you are disconnecting it from its life force. It's still beautiful and it'll still be alive, or it'll still be living and blooming and blossoming for a few, not very long, actually, not very long. Sprouts are different because they are living at the time that you eat them, so their life force is intact as you're eating them. Sprouts replenish our own vital energy, energizing our own cells. When you wake up in the morning, you have a set amount of energy. There are things that you can do to replenish that energy, exercise and things like that, but that still requires energy. So it's like you're at a bank all day, like I'm spending my energy here. I don't really get many things that replace it. Sprouts replace energy. So if you are eating sprouts, you are freeing your body up to do things with the energy that it was given for that day, to do things like work on your immune system or heal or bring you into a higher state of awareness. Life begets life. I can give you a small handful of 100 broccoli sprouts in my hand that'll grow into 100 beautiful microgreens that will then grow into 100 different broccoli heads. The thing is that the sprouts are 10 to 50, depending on the type of sprout, 10 to 50 times more nutrient dense than the full-grown parent plant in and of itself. Think of a child. When a baby is born, it has all of the intelligence in it to then grow into a human body, like beautiful stem cells. That's what sprouts are. They are magic for human beings. They are they're bioelectricity. They're a life force, so it's 100% intact when you eat them. The more living foods you eat, the more alive you become. And energy is freed up for cleansing and healing your body. Other things that you can do to supplement your energy: breath. It's instant. Every wisdom teaches us that it was the breath of life that breathed us to life. So breath definitely vitalizes and charges our energy system. So does prayer and meditation. So does walking outside and connecting to nature. These are other ways that we can increase our charge. Sprouting, clean air and living water. Jay is a wealth of knowledge in this area. So, energy center owners, humans that are on this call, if you want to know how to get clean air and clean water into your home, Jay is definitely a really great resource for that. Maybe we can turn the camera around at some point and he can wave. But it is really important that you're breathing in clean air, and it is really important that you're drinking alive, living water, not the things that are dead in our pipes that are full of forever chemicals. It's not the same. It's not going to revitalize you the same way that living, running water does. Body movement. Everybody needs a Jennifer in their life. Move your body. That helps release your fascia, and that helps let go of a lot of the junk that you carry around. And sleep. Oh my goodness. Sleep is when your body actually heals. It's when your cells that are the garbage collectors wake up and they go through and they clean everything up. But they don't run on the same circadian rhythm that they're supposed to if you're watching a screen before you go to bed. They did a study during COVID, and for kids, 10 minutes of screen exposure within an hour of bedtime disrupts their melatonin by 90%. It's insane, and you need that because you need to be hooked into a circadian rhythm. Every single cell in your body runs on a circadian rhythm, so if you're disrupting that, you're disrupting your healing mechanisms. And stress management, we talked about that, definitely. And then get yourself into an energy enhancement technology like you're in right now. That is a beautiful way of supplementing your energy. And that's it. We have done. So, we have finished. That makes more sense. Thank you. So I'm going to release you now for, thank you, for about a 5-minute break, and then we can circle back and jump into a really amazing, beautiful meditation. Okay? Thank you.
We'll be getting started in 5 minutes exactly. So make sure you hydrate, use the bathroom if you need to, do a quick stretch, and we'll be ready to rock and roll with this beautiful Roots and Wings meditation.
We are coming up on 1 minute. 1 minute, everyone. Come back into your seats. We're about to get started. 1 minute. See you in a minute. Okay, everyone, come back into your seats. Welcome back. Hi. Those of you on last month's call, did I not say that this was not going to be a boring diety food lecture? I think I even said it was going to be a little sexy. Did we achieve that? Give a big hand for Ashely, everybody. That was incredible. That was absolutely beautiful. I feel so privileged to work with such a group of outstanding people here in Connecticut, and this event is very special because all of us live here, and this is what we live, we embody, but it's a process. There's no destination to this journey other than love and other than learning. So the meditation that we have for you all today, it's called Roots and Wings, and it's very near and dear to my heart. It's kind of been born through these last 4 weeks. As many of you know who were on the first call and on a couple of the calls, I've mentioned that I've been on a very deep healing journey, which is what ultimately led me to the energy enhancement system. I had sickness and unwellness and illness, even though I was raised by very holistic parents. They did a lot of things that medically many of my peers are quite jealous of. I didn't get to have sugar when I was a small child, none of these GMOs, none of the food coloring, none of the things that made your house fun. I was the place that nobody ever wanted to go visit. But now that I'm older, everyone's like, man, I wish my mom did that. So when I started to get sick in my early teens, of course it was a natural mystery. My parents did every single thing that they possibly could to bring me back into health. And we were doing all the three-dimensional things, which are such an incredibly important part as you learn from Ashely. If we're not feeding the temple, the vessel, at the cellular, at the subatomic level, how are we going to flourish and be healthy? We're not separate from this planet. We are spirit living in harmony and through this human vessel, which is of the planet. So there's also there's a lot of wisdom in what we learned about how our lower centers translate into our health. She went over how that works energetically on the internal. What this meditation is focused on, and what my pre-frame and what my story that I'm going to tell you all that led to this meditation was teaching me how these lower energy centers impact our external world. So not only are they drawing energy in, and as she mentioned, you have the red, you have the orange, you have the yellow, green. The red is the slowest vibrating. The root is the slowest wavelength coming out of that center. Each one speeds up and gets a little bit faster, a little bit quicker as we go up into the fifth dimension. That's the fastest form of energy. In fact, it's completely different than our Hertzian range. There's no time-space separation there. Whereas in the Hertzian range of energy, it takes time and space to get places. So as I started to observe and do my studies with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I started working on healing myself and bringing order through the vibrational plane, through the emotional plane, I learned that was the missing piece for me. My issues and my dis-ease was all rooted in emotional traumas that got stuck and stored. And what's interesting with these energy centers is that the one below, being open and activated physically and energetically, now feeds the next one. And it just like a blood vessel or just like the veins, if you have something pinched off, now the blood can't flow, and then everything in that part of the body that's not receiving the blood or the life force is unable to thrive and heal. This is our energetic life force. So if we all have it. It's not if, it's when we have trauma, stress, chaos, maybe even things we don't even remember, we weren't able to process. A lot of this stuff happens in our childhood, and we don't know how to handle it. Well, it gets stuck and stored in these areas. There's intelligence inside them. If you have a energy that's distorted in one of these centers, now there's a clog, and it's very hard for energy to move up. And even if you get your heart to open, which is what I was doing, I got to this point in my healing journey with the meditation work, and like I said, Dr. Joe Dispenza, where my heart suddenly just burst. It was bursting right before I opened the center. And I couldn't understand how after I opened the center and I started living what I felt like was my ultimate purpose, which I still do feel that way, how could I be in this beautiful heart space? I've worked on all of these things, releasing, changing, renewing myself, changing my mind over, releasing all the beliefs that didn't serve me, that were passed down through my through our ancestry and through our parents. Can I do all of this, yet I'm still having this same pattern of not feeling foundational support, not having the right people show up, not having the right alignment with my living environment to support this spiritual mission that I knew was from my heart. It still is from my heart, but I was a little bit confused at this point. I'm now not confused. That's why I'm talking in the past. So if you're in a similar situation where you are embodying and embracing and you know that you have something to offer this world, a spiritual gift, and you keep, what I call it was like riding a drunk dragon. Instead of having, what love is a gentle wave of ebb and flow, and there's waves behind every single growth pattern that we go through. But when you're stuck with something down here that's blocking the energy from getting up here, you know what I mean. I think all of you have been through this. There is something, it's a intense up and down, up and down, up and down. And it can start to make you feel like you're going crazy. I had the wrong opinion, I think, for quite a while on this survival, this animal inside of us. I thought, whatever this is, whatever this mystery is, I can't see what the messaging is. My heart's open. What's going on? What am I missing? What's wrong with my survival brain? And it wasn't until about 4 weeks ago, and many of you know I went on an RV trip across the world. I went over 6,000 miles in about 7 weeks. And it was really to discover what is this final thing in my life reflecting back to me that needs healing. Show me what I cannot see. That's one of the questions I ask the divine in my meditation work. And so it actually took coming home, and I was at this beautiful sacred ceremony, and I had my heart opened, and then my hand suddenly went to where I knew I needed healing the most, and that was in my sacral center. That's our center for intuition, compassion, love, empathy, creativity. I love to create. And so my hands went right to that center, and all of a sudden, because I was in this relaxed, calm state, which we're gonna bring you all in today on the meditation, I was able to suddenly hear everything that was being stored here for me when I was too little to process the emotion of things that were very traumatic to me. This is no reflection on my parents. We do not do this to blame and to further some helpless story. We say this in honor, judgment-free. We say this to honor that we've all come through a very, very, very intense thousands of years of history. There's been a lot of trauma that we passed through. Science says that it goes between 7 and 12 generations back. Memories, trauma can be passed on to us through our genetics, through our DNA. So when I finally tuned into what this center was holding for me, I realized that it was holding very deep pain from my childhood that I was not able to process. Not only did I realize that it was doing its job perfectly, but that also I always said, I have the weakest part of my body is my stomach. I hate my stomach. I didn't digest. I had chronic acid reflux for 10 straight years. I had digestive issues for 2 decades. They did every single physical thing. Nothing would work. And I always thought this is the weakest part of my body. And I suddenly felt my organs, I felt their sadness because they were doing exactly what they were meant to do. And I thought that they were failing me. And in reality, they were protecting me and they were serving me and they were supporting me until I was finally ready to go in, listen, and to release. The wound is where the light enters. And that's what I realized. The wound is where the light enters. Love and light are said so often together in the same term, and we kind of think of them, though, I think, as two separate constructs. And in this moment where I had this full, I don't even know what to call it, sacred experience with this part of my body, I realized you have to have the light. You have to bring the consciousness before you can bring the love. The light, your consciousness, is the carrier wave of how we bring that love and that wholeness. And all it took was a simple, gentle, beautiful release, a recognition of what had gone on here, and a release of that emotion that I was not able to do when I was a little girl. And all of a sudden, peppermint patties, it was like I ate an Altoid in my stomach. The skin started waking up, my thighs, my stomach, everything started waking up. And then since then, I've had so much more energy available to my heart. So this is what we're doing today. We're taking you on this sacred ceremony. This is a sacred ceremony. And before we get started, I hope you all have the ability to sit up and to lie back. We're going to be doing certain things in a seated position because that's where you're going to have the best alignment of opening, unlocking, and releasing. Then we're going to be laying back and relaxing, and then we're also going to be sitting up because at the very end of this meditation, we're going to be implementing Grandmaster Chokhak Sui's meditation on twin hearts. And what that's going to be is where we're going to be activating a little flame on our crown. This is after we do all of our lower work and grow our roots into Mother Earth. We're going to be activating a little crown on our head, and we're going to have our hearts already activated. And we're going to pour liquid, brilliant love and light to our planet Earth. So we're going to pay forward this experience that we go through together today to our planet. Some of you, if you are new or if you are very sensitive, I just want to pre-frame. We really want to create a safe, sacred container today. So look around the room at everyone who came with you today. Every one of you was drawn here for a reason. Something guided you, something led you to this moment. And if you feel like you have shoved a lot of emotions down and you're that grounded person and you always are there for everyone else, but you're tired, you get worn out, there's something there that needs to be released and felt. When this happens, when that energy is released and you're freed and you're liberated, it is normal and it is natural not only for there to be tears, but also there might be laughter. There also might be, I'm looking at you, Christine. There also might be a lot of movement as the energy moves. It's very natural. So if you feel your muscles wanting to move, if you're feeling like you want to shake, if your head wants to shake, don't be scared. This is you. This is your energy. This is no one else's energy. There's not ETs coming down and doing all these things. This is you. This is what your creator gave you. And so let yourself open to the experience. We're going to open your hearts. We're going to do a little breath work. We're going to open your hearts. And then we're going to tune in and we're going to allow, we're going to fully surrender. By the way, this process only worked for me when I finally was on the brink of losing everything I've built. Everything. Yes, everything. I was on the brink of losing everything because this was projecting to show me what I was not seeing, and I wasn't getting the message. I wasn't going inward. I was all up in my head, my third eye. I was all up in the spiritual planes, and I wasn't listening to the fact that I needed the foundation. It was all in my environment. The message was all there, and I didn't realize to go in until it finally happened because I went into full-blown surrender. So the more you surrender in, the more you're able to listen. The wound is where the light enters. You're going to be able to connect to a lot of wisdom behind that pattern, behind that replaying thing in your mind. Today's the day, if you choose, that we're going to release, we're going to restore so that we can keep that energy in the heart. This entire movement of One Heart Collective, it is a movement. What does that mean? It's not a mission. I'm not on some outcome to achieve something specific with you. It's a movement of light. We move through. It moves to us so that it can move through us. So that messaging that you're receiving, those patterns of your life, that's light moving to you with the purpose of you now seeing what that illumination means and what it's reflecting back so that you can release and heal. And once you do that, now the energy field switches back on. Now it's a lot easier to stay in those beautiful gifts and to illuminate. It moves to, so it can move through. And that is where you have the ultimate impact on other people. Instead of giving from a cup that has holes in the bottom, where you're constantly drained, you're constantly trying to help or needing help, now you're full and you're ready to overflow onto others. That, in my opinion, is the ultimate form of impact and influence. This is a movement. Today we're going to have the light move to us so that it can move through us. You guys ready? Are we agreement? No judgment? We're going to that includes of ourselves. No judgment of each other, of ourselves. With an open heart, with an open mind, we're going to listen, and we're going to listen to the wisdom and the feedback, and we're going to release whatever comes up. You're exactly where you need to be in this very moment. Please enjoy.
All right. Oh, am I on? Hello? No. Am I on? Am I good? Okay. Let's start by finding a comfortable seated position. Gently close your eyes and relax your hands on your lap. Allow yourself to settle into this present moment. I want you to take a deep, cleansing breath. And exhale out any tension that you're feeling in your body. Now we'll begin a breathing practice. It's called box breathing, where we'll breathe in and hold, breathe out and hold again, each for the count of 5. During each inhale, I want you to tighten your muscles in your body from head to toe. And during each exhale, I want you to release the tension. Let's begin. I want you to breathe out completely, emptying your lungs. Now start to tighten all of the muscles in your body as you inhale slowly to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tighten in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. In. Tighten all those muscles. 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Now relax. Your breathing can resume to normal. I want you to bring your awareness into your heart. Sit with it for a moment. Open it up. I want you to check in with your body. Notice any sensations or feelings. Maybe there's peace. Maybe there's an emotion that's rising, that's ready to release. This is a safe space. Honor them. Allow space for all of you to be present here today. Take a few more deep breaths and settle completely into this moment. Thank yourself for being led here, sharing this sacred space with more than 1,000 other people from around the world. Take a moment and soak in the fullness of this connection of us right now, and just let everything else go. Feel your body melt into the chair. Relax. Surrender. I want you to drop your shoulders. I want you to relax your jaw. I want you to release your tongue. I want you to relax your face, your arms, your stomach, your hips, your legs. Bring your awareness to any new feelings that may be coming up in this moment. Tingles, waves, movements. Allow yourself to just receive this moment fully and feel into your body. Now I invite you to come on a journey with me as we connect to the spirit of our mother, our feminine, and the divine wisdom we carry within. Place your attention on the lower root center of your body, the first of your energy centers. It's located at the base of your pelvis, between your sit bones. This is the center of stability, security, and safety here on earth. This is the root of your physical and emotional health. Tune into this space and start to envision a warm, deep, red, glowing sphere of light inside this center. Take a few deep breaths in and out as you keep your awareness here. Start to sense the size of this red glowing light. Now, I invite you to feel into this deep color red. Feel the warmth of this glowing life force inside of you. Allow for the activation and awakening of this divine intelligence within your root center. Now, we're going to reverently ask this center to show us its wisdom. Show us what we need to see and what we need to feel in order to heal. Place both of your hands over your lower abdomen. I want you to connect on a deeper level to this center, to the cells, the tissues, the organs, and the glands it's connected to. Let's collectively hold the intention to restore ourselves back into a foundational core with Mother Earth. I invite you to silently repeat after me while keeping your attention and both of your hands on your lower abdomen. I humbly ask that you teach me your wisdom. Show me where I need to shine my light, the light of my consciousness. Allow me to see what I need to see. Allow me to release the pain. The pain you have been holding on to for me. Show me what I can learn from, what I can release that is not in my highest and greatest good. I want you to speak this next part direct from your heart right into your root center. I am here to love you into life, to nurture and restore our foundation with my love and with my light. Now keep both of your hands on your lower abdomen. Just be still. Tune in and listen. Remember to let yourself experience any emotions, messages, or movements that come up. You are safe to finally release. You are safe to finally see what you didn't before. You are held in spirit. Surrender. Go on your journey. Now slowly come back to this present moment. What wisdom were you shown? Is there something you had to feel in order to heal? I want you to remember what you just experienced. Now let's give love to the physical body that is fed by our root center. Take a nice, long, deep breath in and out. Feel the wholeness of all your organs, glands, and tissues, and cells that are connected to this energy. Feel them awakening with new life force. As you breathe slowly and mindfully, see them thriving right now in perfect health and in perfect harmony. Send them your love. Bestow this part of your body with deep feelings of safety, deep feelings of security, connection, feelings of gratitude for giving you the life you have. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly release it all the way down. Now feel this glowing, warm, red light growing sturdy, strong roots. Feel them reaching out of your body and your energy field and moving down deep into the ground. Feel them connecting to Mother Earth. Feel her nurturing your foundation with safety and security and love. Feel her speaking to you, healing you through these strong, stable red roots. Now, let's move our attention into our second energy central, known as the sacral. Put your awareness right below and behind your belly button. Feel the energy starting to build from within this part of your body. Allow it to radiate from your lower belly. Out the back of your spine. This is your center of creation, of intuition, pleasure and of connection and compassion for all living things. Now start to see and feel a warm, glowing orange light building all around this center. Feel its warmth. Place your hands over your belly button. You may feel your heartbeat under your hands. Keep your focus here and take a nice, slow, deep breath in and hold. Release your breath and return to natural breathing. I invite you to silently repeat after me. With an open heart, I ask you to teach me your wisdom. Show me where I need to shine my light, the light of my consciousness. Allow me to see. Allow me to release. I am here to see the pain you have been holding on for me. It is safe to release now. I am here to nurture these wounds with my light. I am here now to nourish us into divine harmony with my love. Keeping both of your hands and your attention on this center, be still and breathe gently. Surrender. Listen. Release. Make your way back into this present moment. What did you just experience? Remember the wisdom you were shown. What did you need to know and feel that you didn't see before? Take another mindful, deep breath and celebrate this journey that you're on. Now, with your hands still in position, let's pour into this center. Deep feelings of creativity, deep feelings of pleasure, deep feelings of empathy and compassion. Compassion for ourselves and all of life. Beautiful job. Now let's fill this space with gratitude for all it's done to protect and support and serve you. Thank this center for the divine wisdom it provides you. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly release it all the way down. Let's send gratitude to all the physical organs, tissues, glands, and cells that are fed by our sacral center. See them thriving now in perfect health and in perfect harmony. Thank this part of your body for all it's done for you, all it's carried for you, and all it's shown to you. Gratitude makes everything grow. As you continue to feel grateful, start to feel this orange, warm light growing strong, sturdy roots. Feel them reaching out from this center and moving down, deep, deep into the earth. As you feel these strong, intuitive, wise, orange roots growing, connect to the creativity and wisdom of our mother planet. Take a moment to tune into the voice of our ancestors who have walked here before us. Feel the presence of them with us, right here, right now. Feel them speaking through the roots planted in the earth. Feel the entire collective across all timelines, nourishing us, healing us, and teaching us. What do we need to know from them to bring peace and prosperity to this planet again? Stay open, stay plugged in. Float in their consciousness. Surrender to this moment. Now, let's move our attention to our third energy center, the solar plexus. Bring your awareness right below your ribs, on top of your stomach. Feel the energy starting to build from within. As it does, allow this energy to radiate from the front of this center and out the back of your spine. This is your center of willpower, confidence, self-worth, and motivation. Tune in to all the sensations. Start to see and feel a warm, glowing, yellow sphere of light building up inside this energy center. You may start to feel your heart beating in this center. Be still and tune into any sensations showing up right now. Keep your focus here and take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And gently release. I invite you to place your hands over this center and silently repeat after me. With a willing heart, I openly ask that you share your wisdom with me. Show me where I need to sow light. Where can my love go? I am ready to see and to feel what you have been holding on to. Allow me to release any pain or trauma. Show me where my will is out of harmony with our beautiful planet. I am here to balance you with my light. I am here now to unify our will. with the will of the Divine Mother and the will of the Divine Father. Keep your hands at the base of your ribs and breathe gently. Take a journey and listen and surrender. Make your way back into this present moment. Remember what you were shown. Where did you finally find wisdom? Fully feel it all. Take another slow, deep breath. And allow all of your feelings to be fully expressed now. You are safe. You are loved. Now let's flood this center with deep feelings of worthiness, deep feelings of divine sovereignty, and deep feelings of wholeness. Overflow this center with gratitude for the divine will it provides you. Thanking all of the physical organs, glands, tissues, and cells that are fed by our solar plexus center. With your heart, feel them thriving right now in perfect health and perfect harmony. Take a nice deep breath in and release it all the way down. Fill this center with gratitude. Feel the glowing light growing strong, sturdy roots. Reach those roots out of your being and plant them down deep into the ground. Feel them connecting to the worthiness and the will of our Mother Earth. Feel the will of the planet speaking to you now. Allow her wisdom to restore, nourish, and guide us through the collective birthing process we're going through right here and right now. Now, see all of your beautiful, vibrant, strong centers, your red, orange, and yellow roots planted deeply and firmly into the ground, connected to the core of this beautiful planet. Relax and breathe. Now, if you can, and would like to, I want you to slowly and gently lay back in your chair. We're going to be moving into the heart center now. Allow yourself to become fully present and connect to the power and the beauty and the strength of the most sacred part of your being. This is the part of you where love and light unite, where our Divine Mother and our Divine Father dwell in perfect harmony with us, and where they move in unity through us. Let's take a moment to thank our spiritual heart and our physical heart. Thank them for working together to give us the gift of life. Your heart beats 100,000 times a day, making your life possible. Thank it and connect to its rhythm. You are the divine, eternal within the body. I invite you to silently say these words after me. I deeply love my heart. I deeply appreciate everything it does for me. I deeply appreciate and accept myself and all that I am. I love me just as much as I love we. Now relax your hands into your lap and take a slow, deep breath all the way up, 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 up. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And doing so well. Stay with me here in the heart just a little while longer. Ladies, to the beautiful divine feminine in the rooms, I want you to place your left hand over your heart center. And to the gentleman, our beloved divine masculine, please place your right hand over your heart center. I want you to take a deep breath in and let go of any tension in any part of your body as you exhale. Now I want you to take your free hand and move it towards the lower energy center that needs the most healing now. Let your intuition guide you. Keep both hands in this position. Continue to tune in and feel your heartbeat inside your palms. It's time to activate and awaken your inner healer. All of the healing frequencies you seek are already inside of you. They always have been. Now slowly bring your awareness to your hands on your lower center. Start to connect to the energy inside your palm. Start to activate and awaken it. Connect to the organs, the glands, the tissues, and the cells attached to this part of your lower body. Feel a connection to them. Now, see if you can feel a gentle pulse of energy flowing from the palms over your heart, traveling down through your arms and reaching the palm on your lower body. Now let these healing words flow from the depths of your heart, through your hands and arms, and into your lower centers. You can repeat silently after me or in a low voice out loud. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. You are a direct conduit to an infinite supply of healing energy, light, and love. You are the medicine. Keep breathing gently. Feel the energy of life flowing through you, cleansing away and releasing all that is not in service to the Creator of all things. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Let all of your feelings flow exactly how they need to. Go on a journey for a moment. Keep your hands in position. Be open to your heart as it heals you. As it pours through your palm and reaches every organ, gland, tissue, and cell in your holy body. Bask in the glorious gift you just gave yourself. Take a moment to reflect and remember what you heard. Feel the awakening of your unique love, your unique light, and your unique wisdom. You can come back here to this sacred place anytime you choose and give yourself this gift again. You are the healer. Be still and know that I am. I am within the great I am. Now, let's send out a beautiful blessing filled with love out to our planet, our home. If you are able, come to a comfortable seated position with a straight spine. Relax your hands facing upward onto your lap. Take a few slow, deep breaths in and out. Feel the great I am, the true and holy essence of who you are. Now, I want you to picture a brilliant golden flame activating on the top of your head. slowly through your nose. And continue to keep your awareness on this golden flame. Take a moment. Keeping this flame over your head, I invite you to join me in a universal prayer for divine blessing. To the Supreme One, the Creator of all living things, to our spiritual helpers, to all the holy angels, and to all the great teachers in life, we humbly ask for divine wisdom, love, grace, peace, and holy light. We thank you, and so it is. Now please join me as we activate our twin hearts. Then we're going to send our love and blessings down deep into our planet Earth. Gently breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale divine golden light into your body. Exhale all the way out, letting go of any old energy. Inhale pure peace. And exhale anything that is no longer in service to your highest and greatest good. Continue to visualize this brilliant flame over top of your head. Imagine your body is an empty bottle. Visualize this light opening on the top of your crown center, pouring through you and flooding your insides, your brain, your spine, your heart, your lungs, liver, spleen, intestines, your muscles, your bones, your arms and your legs, all of your organs, all of your glands, your tissues and your cells, all throughout your being. You are being filled completely with heavenly, holy light. Picture this light pushing out any impurities, sending them down, down through your feet, deep into Mother Earth. Inhale and exhale. Now bring your attention to your heart center. I want you to imagine a beautiful flower in the center of your chest, a rose ready to blossom. Smile at its beauty. I want you to picture a face of a loved one within this flower. Smile at your loved one. Tell them how much you love them, how much you care for them. Be still with those feelings for a moment. letting them grow inside of you. Now picture our beautiful planet, Mother Earth, Gaia. From this rose in the center of your chest, I want you to send a beautiful pink light out to the planet. Share the love you have for your loved one to every person and every living thing on planet Earth. I want you to raise your hands facing outward towards the earth in front of you. I want you to be aware of your heart and silently repeat after me. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. Where there is despair, let me sow renewal. And where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. And where there is sadness, let me sow joy. Feel this light flowing out through your hands to the earth in front of you. Bless the entire planet with light and joy, especially to the people who are sad, the people who are in pain, the people who are depressed. Fill them all with this love and light. Bless the earth with the spirit of forgiveness, the spirit of reconciliation, and the spirit of unity. Let there be understanding, harmony, and peace. Think of anyone who has ever hurt you and bless them with the spirit of forgiveness. Repeat after me silently in your heart. Direct these words to anyone who has hurt you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now one more time, in a whisper, picture anyone who has ever hurt you in this moment and allow yourself to see their innocence. The innocence that exists within all living creatures. Whisper out loud with me as you picture them now. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now raise your hands and repeat after me softly, as if all life on earth is right in front of you right now, and address our entire planet. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. You can put your hands down. Now, I want you to gently lie back down. We're going to ground ourselves back to Mother Earth. Become aware of your physical being again as you lie flat. Placing your palms up, I want you to feel the weight of your body. Feel the red and orange and yellow roots growing down from your lower body, reaching deep into Mother Earth. Feel her presence, her love, her power beneath you. Feel her heartbeat. Sense your roots fully connected, anchored into her core. Thank her, bless her, and know that you are a part of her. Take a slow, deep breath in and breathe out slowly. Let yourself melt into the floor. You did beautifully. You grew your roots and you spread your wings. Bask in the joy of spirit and earth becoming unified in your heart. You are magnificent. This is your time to just lay back and receive.
Come back into this present moment. Come back. Ooh, little reverb in our studio here. Slowly and gently stretch your body out. Gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Sit up slowly. Stretch your spine. Beautiful. Welcome back. Welcome back. Can we cut that bass music? It's in the other window on the laptop. There we go. Hello. We went on a little journey today, didn't we? I see some beautiful, refreshed looking faces. It's my greatest hope that all of you discovered something new today, some sort of wisdom behind what we look at as survival and pain. There's divine intelligence inside all of it. All life has consciousness. All life is working towards the same will and goal of moving us up into the Divine Father. We have a beautiful privilege here right now on this planet. I think that there is so much talk of 5D ascension and going into those realms, but we're missing the most important part of our journey here on this planet. Just like you saw the energy centers have those different colors, and they all are the faster speed of the next one, and it's part of a natural evolution process. The planet also has gone through that exact same process in its energy. And just recently, it moved out of the yellow color wave, and it moved into the green color wave. That's why we're now able, as a collective, many civilizations possibly did it, they moved into heart consciousness, and they received greater degrees of intelligence. But we've never before been able to come into the fourth dimension, the age of love, unity consciousness, where we get to enjoy oneness with our spiritual side and oneness with our three-dimensional animal side. Probably wondering why I'm holding a plant. She actually, this is Dina, she's performed here at the Fountain before. We have what are called plant concerts. And there are little devices that we hook up to them that read their unique frequency. So while the device was the instrument, she was playing all of those tones for you at the very end to bring you back in harmony, to bring those roots back in touch with Mother Nature at the end. So if it sounded, is that better? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. We had the microphone. Oh, is that better, everyone? If it sounded a little wild, the tunes at the end, if they didn't follow a pattern, if you're a musician, that was Mother Earth speaking to us through Dina. So I wanted you all to have that experience that all life, when we work together and we honor the wisdom of this planet, we honor the flesh, the earth, when we honor the three dimension, all life can work and move us towards that greater divine will. So before we part ways, I know we went a little over, a couple of announcements. Later today, this is not a mission, as I mentioned earlier, this is a movement. And we're learning as a collective species right now to move out of that center of will, individuality, ego, and we're moving up right now into the heart. And the more of us that work on activating that in our everyday lives, the more, this is what the science shows, the more it makes it easier for everybody else to start stepping into heart consciousness. So when I started One Heart Collective, I had no idea. I got a vision, I got a download, it had a message, and I just went past all of my fears of speaking and doing this kind of thing, and I decided to do it. I had all the signs, and it almost became more painful not to do it than it did to get over my fear of speaking. So it has led us to beautiful places. We've gotten so much closer to so many of your center owners. And as we grow into the heart space, as we exercise these new muscles, these energetic muscles, the more we're able to come together. This is not about giving you a high and then you go back home and you drop down. We want to keep supporting you with resources and tools to continue to let the light move to you and through you, and for you to be doing this in your everyday life and to be spreading this. That's the biggest thing, is sharing is caring. So on November 16th, those of you who are on the Barry Goldstein event, he has 30 years of working in the realms of neuroscientist as a sacred sound healer. He's a Grammy-winning composing artist. He produces a lot of the music that Joe Dispenza uses in his meditations and at his live retreats. And Joe Dispenza is a neuroscientist. So they're using frequency, they're using exact timings, they're using vibrations. Barry wanted to partner with the One Heart Collective after seeing the beautiful response that his work had in our community. He wanted to partner with us to do a full-day workshop. It's called The Secret Language of the Heart. It is coming up in 2 weeks. We've also partnered with an organization called Give to Give. They do massive amounts of fundraising to bring Joe Dispenza's message into forgotten parts of the world. And so when I tell you at the retreats that I've been to, when Give to Give gets on stage and they share how they're bringing the knowledge that we brought to you today of energy, ascension, and moving into the heart, they're taking it into women's prisons. Like the one that I saw, it was dominantly Hispanic women, and they said, we never knew that there could be anything other than what we were. We thought we were the forgotten part of life. We never knew anyone would come in here and care about us, and we had no idea that we could shed these wounds and heal ourselves. The prison wards now are saying that they're braiding each other's hair, they're living in harmony. That message is now spreading to all the other prison wards. That's just one thing that Give to Give does. They also fund tickets to people who need to get to Joe Dispenza's work, funding the entire event. So the One Heart Collective, Barry Goldstein on November 16th, we've also partnered with Give to Give now. And we're gonna be posting a virtual ticketing option. And if you are not able to attend at your center, if you have a center that's hosting or an affiliate of the program, please go to them. We want to feed the local community first. We want you all to be an ecosystem first. So talk to your center owner. If they are not hosting and they don't have a virtual ticket option for you, come into our One Heart Collective Facebook group. It's One Heart Collective 88. And we're gonna be posting the link this week that is a fundraiser for Give to Give. So all the virtual tickets that are purchased will also be feeding this mission of bringing this type of work to the darkest places of our country and our world. This is how we build a model that makes the old one obsolete. It's through energy exchange, it's through teamwork, it's through collaboration, and it's through making sure that every dollar that we're spending is going somewhere that's impactful and meaningful, the movement. So before we leave, because we went a little over time, we have a beautiful ending ceremony that we're gonna have to bring it all full circle and to fully ground you guys back down into the earth. But I wanna go over all of how you guys can plug into Ashely. She is such a powerhouse. This is such an important message. If we don't nourish the three-dimensional earth side of us, we will only be able to go so far in our energetic journey. So Jay, if you could put up her full, right here. I don't know if you guys can hear that at home. Can you guys hear me? Are we back? Okay. There's a little reverb in here. Really good bass speakers. It feels really good, but doesn't love playing with the microphone. So if you all would like to continue plugging into Ashely, she has a podcast. She actually came in here and did an interview with me. I haven't even watched the whole thing. I was too embarrassed, but I'm going to. And Jennifer has the top viewed interview on the energy of movement and how all of that activates us and awakens us. So if you want to continue with Ashely's work to bring the energy and frequency of our world into the everyday 3D person's home, please join her podcast. She also has this incredible mixture that it's a drink that she has created. It has all the superfoods and minerals that you need. It is such a wonderful product to do in conjunction with meditation work, energy enhancement system work. A couple of times after I've been in out there places, I get up and I'm dizzy and I can hardly walk. The rapid rescue instantly pulls you back into those earth energies and helps the cells thrive with healthy energy. If we don't have those spark plugs in the cells, you can only go so far again with energy. We are spirit and we are earth, and we have to honor both And that's where we're going to find the balance and the union that we can restore the planet from. We cannot restore our mother if everything is clogged and chaotic and we cannot even hear her speak. So let's see, what else do we need to cover? Is there anything, Ashely, before you can get the handheld mic? The Dirty Dozen GMO freebie. If you want to dive deeper into how you can cleanse your home, your life, that is the program for you. Scan that QR code. We will also be posting all of this in our public Facebook groups. So if you don't have your phone with you, do not despair. Join our public Facebook group, One Heart Collective 88. That is what you search. And then Ashely also has a program that you can find out more information about called A Program for Every Human. It's going to go deeper into what we learned today. So I don't even really know what to say. I am so incredibly honored and grateful for this is our 6th One Heart Collective. I cannot believe 6 months has flown by. It's really been a journey. This has been a very big healing process for me as well. It is my greatest vision and hope that each and every one of you that's drawn to this find that impactful meaning, and it's continuing to help and nourish your life. And, oh, yes, very important. Thank you. I have a note here, but Denia is blocking it. Today at 4 p.m., we are doing a live on Facebook. It's going to be in the One Heart Collective group. It's going to be with Barry Goldstein, and he's going to be coming on and doing a 30-minute Q&A, talking a little bit deeper about the different modules of what we're going to go into on the 16th and how that's going to continue, again, this transformation that we're all on into our heart and into our spiritual gifts. So he will also be doing a mini concert closed eye at the end. Barry, again, is such a master at all of this. I'm continually learning from him. I feel honored and privileged to be mentored by him. And we would absolutely love to have all of you on the Facebook Live at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any friends or family that you want to, again, plug into what the spirit of our collective feels like, get them on this call today at 4 p.m. 30 minutes. And yeah, we're going to leave. We never leave without an open heart and without lots of hugs. So we are going to do I'm going to give you guys the description before we get going. We're going to do a really cool little program or process right now to close out everything we just did, everything we just learned. You guys are going to come to your feet in just a minute. You're going to move away from the EESystems. You're going to make sure you have a little bit of room to stretch out and move, because we're going to be swaying our hips. We're going to be opening our arms. And then at the moment that I say come together, lock arms and come together, we're all going to get in a big circle if your room allows it, or in a big line. Lock arms, make sure you can hold your heart once arms are locked. Excuse me, if anybody is having any challenges with mobility, please, at least 2 of you, make sure that you go and get on either side. I don't care if you have to lay on your back and do the heart process together like this, whatever it takes, but go and surround that person who isn't able to stand up right now with some love and lock arms. And then again, I'll give you all the cue. It's time to come together in the heart. And we're going to lock arms and come back into our heart. Are you all ready? Please rise to your feet. And if you all on the back screens could show some of the rooms as everyone is doing this process, it's really lovely to have the global connection at the end. So, once you get in your feet and you're in position, take a nice, slow, deep breath. Process everything. Connect to those beautiful roots that you have now connected to Mother Earth. Close your eyes for just a minute. Start to tune in to the different colors of your lower roots. Feel how good they feel being down in the heart of Mother Earth. See if you don't notice any movement in your hips, maybe some energies moving up your spine. Good. See if there are any messages. Maybe just fully surrender and have nothingness. Beautiful. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Beautiful. That's it. Keep breathing. Come into the present moment right here, right now. There we go. Now we're going to slowly and gently pull all of that wisdom with our hands down from from Mother Earth, and we're going to move it up through our heart, and we're going to flood our field with it. There we go. Feel that connection to Mother Earth. Move up through the heart. There we go. Feel the heart awakening. Feel the heart activating. What did you learn? What did you take away? What did you discover today? Let it flood your being. Let it flood through your fields. Beautiful. Now I want you to gently put your arms back, and I want you to open your heart, and I want you to suddenly tune in right now, and I want you to feel all of that energy that you just sent to our earth, all of that beautiful golden peak energy. Feel it pouring through your heart, pouring through every cell, every tissue. Feel it activating your DNA. All the love you gave. There, it's your turn to receive. Gratefully receive. Feel all 1,000 of us pouring the love into this planet right now. You're receiving everything we just gave. That's it. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep those eyes closed. Keep breathing. Now let's come together, arm in arm, in a circle. Or a line, however you need to. Come together. There we go. Come together. Beautiful. I love all the sacred circles that are forming. Now start feeling. Close your eyes. Return to normal breath. And just start tuning into your heart. Feel it beating underneath your hands. Feel the power and the strength of how much of your heart you just grew today. Now start to tune into your circle and feel your heartbeat synchronize with everybody in your circle. That's it. Synchronize. One heart. If you're watching alone, I want you to picture someone you love who's still alive on one side of you and someone who's passed away on the other side of you. Synchronize to their hearts. And just breathe. Now I want you to start feeling the heartbeat synchronized to the entire collective of 1,000 people that showed up here today to do this work, to go on this journey together. Let's synchronize our heartbeats. We came together as one. Feel our heartbeats as one. Beautiful. Now start to picture brilliant green light pouring out of your heart space, flooding through everybody in your circle, in the center, in your town, in our collective. Feel this green light moving through all living things, synchronizing our heartbeat to everything that's alive on this planet right now. We are one heart, synchronized to the heartbeat. Beautiful. You're doing so good. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Keep feeling the heartbeat synchronize. Now I want you to see this beautiful green light that's emanating out of your chest. See it pouring down deep into the heart of Mother Earth, connecting to her heartbeat. Synchronize with our mother. One heartbeat. Feel her heart and synchronize it with all life. We are one heart. Feel and breathe. Synchronize and breathe. You're doing so well. Thank yourself for being here in this moment right now. Thank all of those that came together and added to this beautiful container that we made, this sacred ceremony that we held. Pour a little love into everyone, gratitude, all the wisdom, all of the experiences, they all led you here right now. Thank all of it. Now I want all of you to let go of the arms and give everybody, I want 3 people to get hugs, heart to heart, for 20 seconds each. We're gonna take 1 minute, heart to heart. You better count. You can do 20 seconds or you can go longer. 20 seconds is where the nervous system starts to regulate. Fill up on this love. You are the medicine. You are the healer. You don't need all those other things. This is it. This is the destination. Feel it, know it, own it. You guys are stunning. You're absolutely beautiful. Looks like our time has come to a conclusion today. I very much hope to see all of you on at 4 p.m. this afternoon, and we will be with Dr. Michaels, the inventor of the technology, on December 1st. I will be releasing a form where all of you can submit 1 question, and I'll be doing a Q&A with her. And I was originally going to only have it with the center owners, but I figured there's going to be some good questions, and I love to laugh, so bring it. We'll take some of the top questions and we'll be doing a beautiful Q&A, and then she'll be leading us in a meditation to close out the year. So I love you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart to yours. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Viento que viene de la montaña, viento, tráenos la claridad. Viento que viene de la montaña, viento, tráenos la claridad. Que viene del mar, viento, tráenos la libertad. Viento que viene del mar, viento, tráenos la libertad. Vuela, 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 vola con nosotros. Vuela, 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 vola.